What's going on, guys? So today I actually got a quick question to ask before we begin all of this. Have you ever felt like you didn't fit in somewhere before? Maybe it's at school. You know, it's hard to find that friend group to fit in with. Maybe it's at your sports team. Maybe it's at home with your family, or maybe it's even here at church. We've all felt like a misfit somewhere before. This past Sunday, I was actually telling a lot of you guys about how I felt like a misfit most of my life. I felt like I had a hard time just really fitting in and getting along with people. And actually, there's a story in the Bible that reminds me of that we're going to talk about today. It's the story of a man named Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was actually a tax collector. What is a tax collector? Well, hear me out. Imagine if I give you guys $200, all right? Wow, $200, crazy. And all of a sudden, the tax collector comes around and he says, you know what? The Roman officials, which is the rulers of the people at the time, they want $200 of your money for tax so they can build their statues of whoever's ruling at the time and whatever. So then you have to give your $200 to the tax collector or else you go to jail. Now Zacchaeus, he said, you know what, $200, he takes it, and then all of a sudden, it turns out the Roman government actually only needed $100. So then Zacchaeus, you know what he does? He gives the $100 away. Here you go, Roman government, and then he keeps the other $100 for himself. Now, if you're in Jerusalem and you heard that the tax collector is taking 100 of your dollars and you don't make a lot of money, how would you feel? And I wouldn't be happy. I'd be like, yo, give me my money back. I don't play with my money. And do you guys think people like Zacchaeus because he did this? Let's be honest. People called him a traitor, a cheater, and a sinner because he betrayed his own people. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, we can get to the story. So one day Zacchaeus hears that Jesus is in town and he's like, you know what? I really want to hear what this guy has to say. So he goes over, but there's a giant crowd. And I forgot to mention, Zacchaeus, he's a short dude. So what he decides to do is he decides to climb up a tree, kind of like this one. And when he climbs up the tree, Jesus sees him and he says, yo, Zacchaeus, I'd love to come over to your place, man. You have to invite me over. I want to hang out with you. And Zacchaeus, he gladly accepts the invite. He invites Jesus over, but people, they start to murmur and whisper. Sinners. They whisper, this man, Jesus, he's hanging out with a sinner like Zacchaeus. So after a wonderful time of hanging out, Zacchaeus says, listen, I've had a change of heart. I'm going to give half my riches away to the poor. And if I cheated anyone out of their money, I'm not going to give them exactly the amount that I cheated them out of. Not 2 times, not 3 times, but 4 times the amount that I cheated them out of it. At that point, Jesus said, listen, this man, he has salvation. Now, what is salvation? It's a gift from God through Jesus, which is a friendship with him for eternity, even into heaven. You see, Zacchaeus, he was a misfit and he made so many mistakes. But Jesus, even though he knew that Zacchaeus was a sinner and a cheater, just like everyone else knew, he still invited him to be a friend. Not just for a day, not for a week, not for a month or a year, but for eternity. I believe we've all felt like that at some point. Not good enough, not loved. We might have done some things that we're not too happy about. Maybe we weren't the nicest person. But Jesus still sees you, and he's still inviting you to be a friend. So Jesus is inviting you, yes, you, the person watching this, to a friendship forever, for eternity. And you know what? If you're on the inside already, if you already feel like, you know what, I got my friend group, guess what? There are still some people that you might see that might be on the outside, not fitting in. Just like Jesus invited you to a friendship, and just like he loved you, we have the responsibility to invite others. Invite that person that you see sitting alone at lunch. Sit with them. Invite them to play a game with you. Invite them, just like Jesus invited you guys. The great command that we were studying this past week was from Jesus saying, love others as I have loved you. So let's make sure that we love others so people will know that we are his disciples. And in case you missed the news, we are back in person at 9:30 and 11:11 on Sunday services. We can't wait to see you guys again. Please make sure to register online at this website, link in the description below. We would love to see you there. We also still have our Zoom calls every Thursday. So make sure 6:30, you're there. Can't wait to see you guys. God bless.